Holly Senior Living, an alternative to nursing home care that provides support for daily living. Online at hollyseniorliving.com.
Rural Enrichment and Community Headquarters Incorporated, better known as REACH, is a nonprofit human service center. Centrally located in Holly, Minnesota, its mission is to improve the quality of life for rural residents.
M-State Business and Entrepreneurial Services, helping business grow in a community near you.
Welcome to the Holly Area Community Show. I'm your host, Jody, and I'm here at the Holly Library with none other than Joy Becker, our local librarian. Welcome again to the show.
Thank you, Jody.
I've been looking forward to talking to you because it seems like you've got some new and interesting events coming down the pike, actually since this winter, correct?
Yep, that's right. When the government restarted last summer, they were able to put the legacy funding back in for the libraries. So that brings new programs and exciting things that we wouldn't normally be able to have here in Holly to the Holly Library.
So this is through the federal government? Or
this is a Minnesota state government.
In Minnesota. So there was some money there, which you can offer some things to the libraries. Wonderful.
It's funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
Okay.
And it's kind of a temporary thing, so it's important that we let our legislatures know that we enjoy this library funding because it is, the arts and cultural funding is spread across the various regions and the libraries aren't always included. So it's great that we can provide some fun entertainment that wouldn't normally come to Holly.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Well, let's hear about it. What do you have?
The next one coming up is a young adult author. Young adult would be like teens. And he even thinks it's a funny title to be called young adult author. So I'm kind of excited to hear his turn on things. One of the books I read by him is called How to Steal a Car.
How to Steal a Car. Wow, I've always wanted to know. Maybe I should check this out today.
He's got some really hilarious titles, though, like Doppelganger and Doohickey.
So he's kind of a humorous sort of guy.
Kind of funny, kind of it should be really fun to hear how he puts a book together and how he pulls a story together and that kind of thing.
So is when he comes, is that strictly for teens or?
Not necessarily. What that event is going to be geared toward is young adult and adult writers who are interested in getting it. But folks who want to hear how an author puts books together is always fun to listen to them as well.
Fun.
He's actually been nominated for one of the Minnesota Book Awards this year.
And is he from Minnesota?
Yep, all of our events and performers are from Minnesota.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, and when is he coming?
He's coming next Wednesday, the 21st at 7.
Wonderful.
So that'll be a good one. Okay. And then we've got a really fun one for the kids. I hope he's as great as the ventriloquist we just had because he was hilarious.
You had a ventriloquist?
Oh,
I hadn't heard.
He was hilarious.
Okay.
But this guy is a comic magician. His name is Jerry Fraser, and he's coming on Thursday, March 29th at 2.
Okay.
And he's got an interactive, clean comedy act for all ages, so he should be really fun to listen to
so
also.
Kids could come to
as
well as adults.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, okay.
And I'm sure he'll have them rolling because all the performers we've had that have been all ages shows have just been phenomenal.
Have they really?
They've been really
they're
great.
All from Minnesota. Who knew?
And these events are all free to everyone who comes.
Okay,
so.
free? You said the magic word, free? Okay.
We've got a guy coming from the Nicollet County Historical Society. His name is Michael Callahan. And he's going to be talking about vaudeville in Minnesota, which I didn't realize was a big thing in Minnesota.
Right.
But apparently it was. There was a vaudeville presence. So he's going to be coming to talk a little bit about the history of that and then to give us a live vaudevillian magic show.
Oh, how
Which should be kind of fun. That one's not till April 4th at 2:30, though.
So, do you know any more than that? Was there actual vaudeville acts, like, say, in Moorhead? Or?
I don't know. I'm really excited to hear what he has to tell us because I had no
I'm
idea.
not going to be here, but I would love to come to that.
One of the things I want to point out with any of these shows, if you're not available at a particular time, like if you're not available at that particular time, he's actually performing at a number of our branches. So say you can't come to a show here in Holly, some of these acts are showing in Detroit Lakes or Moorhead, all around the region within that same couple-day time frame. So if you want to pick up one of these legacy event brochures.
Oh, let's hold that up. Okay, so.
This has all the legacy events from January through June that's going on in our legacy region for the next few weeks. And it has all the dates and times and a little bit of blurb about each of the performers. So if you can't come to, say, the one in Ada, you could go maybe to Ulen or Moorhead or Holly to see this one.
Wonderful. That's great. And obviously we could get those here.
You can get
Is there
those
anywhere
here.
else?
You can get them almost all over town. We've been dropping them off and trying to distribute them at different locations. So there's some at Tony's and the dentist and gas stations, things like that. So.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a little break. Because you have more to tell, I think. This is so fun. Take a little break. Be back with Joy.
REACH provides food, clothing, and other basic needs to our local small-town residents in Clay, Norman, and Becker counties. Its location in Hawley, Minnesota, allows rural people to obtain services in a convenient way. REACH has a counseling agency, a volunteer driver program for seniors, and the Dress for Success program, which helps women find jobs by providing donated professional attire. You may support REACH by your donation or by shopping at our REACH Reusables thrift store. REACH, a helping hand to your community.
And we're back with Joy Becker. We're at the Hawley Public Library, and we're talking about these fun, you call them legacy events, sponsored by the state of Minnesota, essentially. And they're free events that people should know about.
Yep.
And yes, and as we were talking, if there's a certain date that they're coming to Hawley, there are other local libraries that you could catch these performers at. So let's hear about some more.
The ones coming up in later in April, there's the Tastes and Sounds of the Civil War. We had a program like this a while back where a gal came dressed fully in the clothes of the era and did a presentation in the voice and the acting as a person from that era. This gal is going to be coming as an interpreter dressed in 1860s clothing. She's going to be talking about the stories from the men who fought and sharing some of the songs that they would have sung, both Union and Confederate songs.
Wow.
And she's also going to be bringing some food for us to sample from their mess kits. So.
From their mess kits.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to eat food from a mess kit. Never done that.
Well, I'm more worried about what kind of food it's going to be. From
No
the
kidding.
1860s, what did they snack on?
Beans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. That'll be
wow,
interesting.
yeah.
And then there's a gentleman coming called Dr. Anton Troyer. He's the professor of Ojibwe at Bemidji State University. He's going to be talking a little bit about the history and culture of the Ojibwe, including the treaties that they had to take place with the United States government and the effects of the immigration on the Ojibwe peoples. But he's actually written a number of books in the Ojibwe language, so it'll be very interesting to hear him
no
speak.
kidding. There's such a variety of different people, different performers, different, heritages.
There is some that are coming not necessarily to Hawley, but to the region that I do want to mention too. There's a salsa group coming, which will be very fun.
Yes.
There's also I think she's a Norwegian fiddle player. So she's going to be coming to Detroit Lakes and I believe Moorhead, but I'm very excited to have her in the region. That'll be really fun to listen to.
Yeah.
I think that'll be...
Well, and if it's a free event, why not travel a little to get there? What the heck?
And it's not too far away. I think she's performing in Lake Park now that I think about it.
Okay, that is not far away.
That'll be fun.
Okay.
And Drea Cook, this isn't part of the legacy event, but I do want to mention it. Drea Cook, formerly from Lake Agassiz Library, is going to be coming to talk about Rwanda. She spent some time there as a human rights delegation promoting peace and arts. Through peace and human rights through the arts. So it'll be very interesting to hear her talk.
I bet. And she's speaking where?
She's speaking here on April 18th at 6:30.
I see. Okay.
She's a young gal, but she spent some time there and really got involved, and she's very passionate about it, so it's really fun to hear her talk about it.
How long do these events typically take?
Most of them are only an hour.
Okay.
Yep. So not a huge time for bringing them out of the way, but yeah.
Yeah. Anything else to share, or that I'm a little, my head is spinning a little bit, but anything else you'd like to share with folks?
We've got our book discussions ongoing.
Okay.
In April, we'll be talking about Glass Castle. It's a memoir about an amazing account of a really rough childhood, but she came out of it a lot much stronger. But the things she's gone through is just, you wouldn't believe it. And then in May, we'll be talking about Major Pettigrew's Last Stand, which is a fiction story of unexpected love in later life, which is kind of an inspiring, fun story.
Yes.
And then for the kids, we've also got Lego Nights Thursday, April 12th, and Thursday, May 10th at 4 o'clock.
Lego Nights.
Yeah, those are kind of fun.
You are a hard-working lady, it looks like, but what an interesting job, meeting interesting people, and so we'd like to invite everyone to meet some of these interesting folks and come to these free events, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me again, Jody.
Until next time.